Hello everyone. So, over the past month, I'm playing Valorant a lot, and although I was apprehensive at first, I've been enjoying it more than any multiplayer game that I've played in a good while, so I thought I'd make a review of it and whether you should get it or not. So without further ado, here's my review of Valorant. Valorant was fully released by Riot Games on the 2nd of June 2020. Unfortunately, it is currently only available to play on PC. The simplest way to describe Valorant is it's basically like if CSGO and Overwatch were mixed together. It is a team-based first-person shooter where there are two teams of 5. One team attempts to plant a powerful bomb known as the spike in a certain area, and the other team attempts to defuse the spike before it blows up. There are a variety of different characters you can play as in Valorant, and this is where its likeliness with Overwatch comes into play. These different characters are called agents. You start off with 5 agents and you can unlock the remaining 6 by activating their contract and earning XP. You can also unlock custom sprays, cards, buddies, titles, and ultimately a custom weapon skin for your agent. Similar to Overwatch, having agents makes Valorant feel much more fresh, since you can essentially play the game in 11 different ways, since each agent has different abilities. Speaking of abilities, each agent has 3 different kinds of abilities. Their main ability, which you start off with, 2 other abilities, which can be bought at the start of the game, and finally, their ultimate ability, which is much more powerful than the other abilities and charges up over the course of the game. You can also capture orbs that you can find around the map to get your ultimate ability quicker. These abilities are fairly easy to wrap your head around, since most of them are either to block the enemy from seeing you or to heal yourself. The weapons in Valorant are okay. They're very generic and there's nothing that really sets them apart from weapons in other games. There are several different types of weapons you can get. Sidearms, SMGs, shotguns, rifles, sniper rifles and machine guns. At the start of the game, you can buy a sidearm and another type of gun, with the credits you earn by winning rounds, killing players, and in general just playing the game. As previously mentioned, you can also buy abilities, which are pretty cheap, and you can also buy shields. There are 2 types of shields that you can buy: light shields and heavy shields. Although they're more expensive, you should be buying heavy shields every round, as they give you an extra 50 health. Recoil is a pretty huge factor in shooting weapons in Valorant. Each weapon has a slightly different recoil pattern, and it's practically impossible to hit your shots if you just sprint in and hold down left click. Because of this, holding down shift to walk is essential while shooting on the move. You can practice your aim in the shooting range, which has a few different types of minigames to help with your aim and your reaction time. So, overall, the weapons in Valorant are pretty decent and balanced. Moving on to the gameplay in Valorant is nothing short of beautiful. Everything about it, from the way you move, to the recoil of weapons, to the feeling of getting headshots, it just feels so smooth and sharp. Its vibrant colours and graphics also make for a very pleasurable gaming experience. You can get one-shot from just turning around a corner or making the wrong move, so you must be stealthy and extremely patient in Valorant, and, as I mentioned earlier, shift walking is a way of doing that. This creates so much tension, and it makes finally killing people way more satisfying and gratifying than in other games. I said in my last review video that Call of Duty Warzone has the best gameplay in any game that I've ever played, and I still believe that, but Valorant without a doubt has the smoothest and freshest gameplay in any game that I've ever played. On 1080p max settings, on my GTX 1660 6GB, I can easily run Valorant and get 150 FPS. The recommended hardware issued by Riot Games is as follows. For processors, Intel i3 4150, for RAM it's 4GB, for hard drive space it's around 9GB, and graphics card is a GT 730. So you could run this game on a potato, which is amazing because the graphics really don't look that bad, and I can run it at over 150 FPS. The audio is also really precise. You can pinpoint exactly where people are, even if they're not in the same room as you. It really helps and allows you to know where you should and shouldn't be moving. So here are the pros and cons of Valorant. The pros. It's less than 10GB of storage, the graphics look decent, yet it can run at extremely high FPS, it's free, it has different agents with different abilities, which makes the game feel much more fresh, it's very pleasurable gameplay, you can buy weapons for your teammates, you can customize your crosshair, the audio is really accurate, and it has a very balanced meta. However, The cons. There's no death cam, so you can't see how you died, the unrated matches are very long, and the characters have no personality. And finally, every single one of Phoenix's voice lines.
Remember, stay out of the fire. Super high level tactic, remember that, yeah?
So here's my overall opinion. Valorant is without a doubt my favourite multiplayer game right now. It's the only multiplayer game that I genuinely look forward to playing. At the start, I didn't really like the patience aspect of the game, as in you can't just go running in guns blazing like you can in other games. But now, I really appreciate it, because it makes the game feel way more tense. You're constantly on the edge of your seat while playing it, and as I said earlier, when you finally get that kill, it feels so much better and satisfying. Also, the fact that you can run this game fairly well on literally any gaming PC is astounding, and I love how it doesn't take up too much space, unlike the vast majority of other multiplayer games. But as I said in the pros and cons, I really hate how there's no death cam, because I can't see exactly how I got killed, and it makes it harder to improve. Also, I may just be arrogant, but sometimes I'm 99.999% sure that I shouldn't have been killed, and want to see how I died. So, should you get Valorant? I mean, there's really no question. It's not even 10 gigabytes, it runs effortlessly, and it's free. If all of those things don't make you want to give it a try, I don't know what will. If you're looking for a new multiplayer, Valorant is 100% worth a shot. Whether you want to play this game casually, with friends, or competitively, I'm sure you'll have a ton of fun playing it. Valorant is an extremely refreshing game to play currently, and really is a pleasure to play. So thank you so much for watching this video. As I said in my last video, I've recently gotten a lot of new games, but I don't want to do too many reviews altogether, so I'm going to try to stretch out the game reviews and to do other types of videos as well. What do you think about Valorant? Do you think it's any good? I'd love to hear what you think in the comments below. If you liked this video, please leave it a like, and if you didn't, please leave it a dislike. If you have Instagram, you can follow me at RombarkYT. Again, thanks so much for watching and take care of yourselves.